Buddy, welcome to Dandelion Cottage. Today is Marvelous Monday and I'm Leslie Watkins. So thank you for joining me today. I hope everybody's doing well after all the storms. Here where I live in Northwest Connecticut, we had a lot of damage, a lot of power outage. And if you were looking for me last week, I apologize. I have not had power for 5 days. And I'm just kind of getting back to normal here. There's been a lot of cleanup in the yard and catching up on emails and all sorts of stuff. So today I'm just going to do a very simple project just to say hello and let you know everything's okay here. I have a piece of pretty peacock cardstock. I also have the Pretty Peacock ink pad. I have the Lovely You stamp set. I have the Small Bloom Punch and the Iridescent Pearls from the new catalog. And I have my favorite, the Scalloped Tag Topper Punch. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can create a really pretty design on your paper with just a couple of stamps. And I like this Lovely You stamp set because I really like these floral motifs that it has, and it also has a lot of different sentiments. So I'm just going to take a selection, take a couple of blocks here, get them ready, and I'm going to pick some of these floral images and get them on my blocks. And these tiny blocks, these A blocks, you might think that you wouldn't need them, that you could use a larger block, and you can, but you have to be careful. When you use a block that's the correct size for the stamp, you have a much less chance of creating a halo or rocking. It just supports the stamp better. So it's best to have a block that matches the size of your stamp. And actually, let me go with this one, I think. These little leaves. All right. So I'm going to create a random design, and this is going to be a very nice, subtle design, sort of a tone on tone. Just making sure that we're broadcasting. Okay, good. And I'm just going to take this larger flower image and stamp randomly on the paper. See, that's the halo effect I'm hoping to avoid, but we're not going to let that one little piece bother us here. There we go. Now I'm going to take my leaves and just sort of add those in between some of these flowers. I had one tree come down and take down a portion of a fence, and thankfully my lawnmowers came by 3 or 4 days later, and they had a chainsaw with them, and they were very nice to take the time to cut that up for me. But other than that, I was in pretty good shape. There was a lot of leaves and stuff all over the lawn and little twigs and branches. And I've spent a lot of time over the last several days cleaning everything back up again. But there was none of the animals were hurt. The house wasn't damaged. And actually, not having power for 5 days gave me the opportunity to catch up on some reading, so that was kind of nice. And I've been so busy doing all these videos that that it was interesting not being able to do them. So I'm happy to be back. And I just want to mention, for those of you who are interested or have signed up for the upcoming beginning watercolor course, it's still happening, but because we missed last week, it's going to be slightly delayed. So as a result, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the remaining lessons a little fuller with more information to make up for that one class that was missed. So, and also I'm extending the registration period, because I know a lot of you were not able to get your class registration in on time. So don't worry about that. There's still time both for the card class and for the beginning watercolor class. So if you're interested in either of those, just go ahead and look at your August issue of notes, and you'll find the registration button there. Or if you don't have your August issue of notes, go ahead to dandelioncottagedesign.com and go to notes, and there you can subscribe and you will get an issue in your email, and that will contain all of the information about the upcoming classes and the registration form as well. So so there's still time. The beginning watercolor class this year takes place in August and will be offered again in January. So if you cannot make it this month, you'll have another chance in 2021 in January to take the class. All right, so there is my pretty all-over design. And this was just a half sheet of paper. It's just a scrap. I'm going to cut it up, but let me give you a little zoom in here so you can see better. So there it is, just very easy. Now I'm going to take my trimmer, and I need a 6 1/4 inch piece. So I'm going to measure, and the 1/4 inch falls just where just past where this little white area ends. So it actually matches right here, right at the tippy end where this arm begins. So if you go there, you'll have 6 1/4. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to trim a little bit away from here so I get a nice portion of the pattern. So now I'm going to cut this at just shy of 2, just about maybe a 32nd or a 16th of an inch away from 2, just to make it a little bit smaller. And the reason I do that is because it fits into the tag topper punch a little bit easier. And now what I'm going to do, just check my measurements. I'm going to score this at 3 3 1/4. So being sure that I have my cutting blade out of the way. I'm scoring at 3. Now I'm going to move this over a little bit to 3 1/4. and score it again. Here's my tag topper punch. And this is just such a handy punch to have for so many reasons. I really recommend that you get one if you don't have one already. And all of the supplies that I used today will be listed after I finish the video. I will put them below, so later today you'll be able to access that. So here's our little treat holder, and I'm just folding it on those score lines like so. And if I take this delicious Ghiradelli Intense Dark Chocolate and fold up those flaps, that will fit perfectly right inside there. So I'm just going to grab a piece of ribbon. So hold on just a moment while I get that. I have here the gray granite shimmer ribbon. I'm just going to, before I close it up, I want to take a glue dot and I'm just going to put that on the back of the chocolate just to make sure it doesn't slip out. And I'm tucking it right down in there so that flap folds up, getting it centered and pressing it into place. And now I'm just threading some of my ribbon through the holder, tying a simple bow. She said. There we go. Clip that. All right, now I'm going to take my small blooms punch and going back to my scrap. This is not an exact match, but it works. I'm going to put this roughly around this little flower center here. And now I'm just going to push that into the palm of my hand like so to make a little flower. And adhere that with another glue dot just here at the top. And taking one of my iridescent pearls, and I haven't used these yet. These are in the new catalog and they're really pretty. I think these come from the Halloween suite, and they look really nice with the pretty peacock. I'm just going to grab one of those and put that in the center of my flower. And there you have a very quick and easy, let's get this out of the way, a very quick and easy little treat to give somebody as a gift. This would be very nice at a dinner party, or if you're going to the post office or the bank and you want to give your teller a nice treat, let her know that you're thinking of her or him. That's all you need to do. So thank you so much for joining me. I've missed you last week. I had a really pretty flower to paint for Watercolor Wednesday. I'm hoping that this week I'll be able to paint it. It's a blue hibiscus, so I think you'll enjoy that. And that's coming up on Wednesday at 12 noon live. So stay well, stay happy, stay creative, and here's that website again so that you can get your copy of notes and get all the information for the upcoming classes, and I hope to see you soon. All for now.